Hey guys, Kamlesh here. I've been asked by many people, does this thing really work? Tell me about what it is you do. All the skeptics, all the naysayers. So I'm going to tell you a little story, and I actually posted this on Facebook. So here's the story. I had posted it's going to make you cry, going to make you sad, going to make you angry, going to make you happy, inspired, everything at the same time. So let me tell you this story. It's about this lady named, let's give her a name. Let's say Tiffany. So Tiffany was always on welfare as a child. She was raised by a single mom. She met her future husband at the age of 19. She had her first child at the age of 21, and then she went on to marry the same person at the age of 22. And I have a feeling she did that just to get away from her situation of always being broke. She just as every young girl does, has a dream of princess meeting Prince Charming. He's going to sweep her away. So they had a very tumultuous relationship, and I think that's an understatement. Let me tell you some of the things that happened. He abused her terribly for 15 years, physically, verbally, and by physically, he would beat her. He was very controlling, very jealous, so much to the point that when they got married, he had her throw away all her high school yearbooks because they had pictures of guys in them. She had a sports card collection, as I do, and he made her throw that away because on the sports cards, they're guys. So he would beat her, and that went on for 15 years. 3 children later, he would still continue to do that. Her quote is, "I was terrified of him. He was really controlling. I had to walk with my head down, couldn't speak to men, even his friends." And so as time went along, they continued to live in the worst, most drug-infested neighborhoods in the city of Baltimore, state of Maryland. That's what her and her children were subjected to. Her husband was constantly on drugs. He was in and out of prison all the time. One day, she was pregnant again, and she was going to have a little girl. So it was at night. Her water broke. She told her husband, "Hey, I need to go to the hospital. My water just broke." And he told her, "Be quiet. Go back to sleep. It's nothing." And do you know why he said that? Because he didn't want to be bothered. He was asleep. He didn't want to be bothered by her pregnancy complications. So she sat there and she soaked the bed. And so finally, she called the ambulance. The ambulance took her to the hospital, and by that time inside she was completely dry. They told her the chances of this child to survive are slim to none, and Slim just left the building. If this child is born, the child will be blind, deaf, mentally just not completely there, challenged, and the child's lungs are going to be severely underdeveloped. So the baby was finally born, and this was her only daughter. She has 3 sons, and she was able to hold her only daughter in her arms for 9 hours. After 9 hours, this child passed away. Now, as a parent, I have no idea what that could possibly feel like, but yet that's what she experienced. And in the meantime, oh, and also the child was born at 1.5 pounds. So I could just imagine this tiny precious child, 1.5 pounds. But she was able to hold her for 9 hours. So those were a precious 9 hours. So as the child passed away, her husband never came to the hospital. He never came to see her or to see his new child. So she didn't have enough funds to bury this child. Couldn't do a funeral, couldn't do anything. So the staff at the hospital got together and they paid to have the child cremated. And she has the child's ashes on her necklace today. The child would have been 7 years old just this past June 22nd. And so finally, after all of this, she finally had the courage and strength to just pack up, get the kids, and to leave. So she escaped. They lived in safeguards. They had to change the names of the children just for their own protection, just for their own safety. They moved into a place for abused females, and they were very careful about not leaving any paper trail. She was afraid for her life and her children's life, because I failed to mention early on, before the children came into the picture, he would threaten her every day about he just wants to kill her. So, alright, so let's fast forward back. So they were homeless for 2 years, just going from place to place wherever they could find a place to sleep. Homeless, single mom, 3 boys for almost 3 years. She was very involved in church, and as a result of that, some of the pastors and priests and other church people would give her a place to stay, but typically most of them didn't have the ability to have all 4 sleep in the same place. So she would take one child, and then the other 2 boys would go sleep somewhere else. So she spent a lot of time apart from her children, but she had to do what she had to do. So she finally got a job, and she got an apartment, and now her and her 3 boys have a place to stay together. They are together, which as a parent is the most important thing. She's always still short on her rent. She's always still short on her utilities. They struggle, severely struggle, but she does what she can as a single mom. She even panhandles if she needs to, just to put food on the table for her children. Here's some things most of us take for granted. I have 2 cars in the family, one for me, one for my spouse. I would say 99.9% of you also have the same thing. She has never owned a car in her entire life. Still today doesn't have a car. She solely relies on public transportation. They've never been on a vacation anywhere, so she has never been anywhere. Her children have never been to an amusement park. These are some of the things that all of us take for granted every day. So currently she does have a full-time job. She makes about $90 a week, and because of that, obviously it's a crime that a single mom only has $90 a week to support her and her 3 children. So about 2 months ago, she came upon an opportunity. It's an income producing opportunity online called Empower Network. She joined under someone about 2 months ago. So she has spent every moment of her breathing time. If she's not at work, she's on the computer trying to make her Empower Network business grow. So she struggled for 2 months. She didn't make any sales, didn't make any commissions. She really struggled. So I came to know her because Tiffany is on 429 Facebook groups. This lady's active. I'm on maybe 100, if that. She's on 429. She's doing everything she can to make her business grow, yet she's struggling. She just hasn't been able to get sales. So I began talking to her. I presented her with another opportunity because I saw her struggling and I really wanted to help her. So I presented her with an opportunity called the Viral Success Network. If you look below, you'll see my link. After listening to this story, you have no excuse but to join. So she joined Viral Success Network, but, well, no, I presented her the opportunity. And it's $200 to join. Now, I understand that's a decent amount of money for a single mom who doesn't have it. She doesn't have it. She's like, oh, I can't do that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, I totally understand. Just do what you can. Obviously, you and your children come first. But it's an unbelievable opportunity. One day, she was at her job, and as she was about to leave, she started crying. Just the emotions started crying. She wanted desperately to join me and to be a part of Viral Success Network. She felt in her heart, and I believe God placed it in her heart, that it's going to help you out. Yes, I'm gonna show my faith here just a bit. So if it does offend you or bother you, I apologize, but I don't, because that's who I am. So she prayed about it the day before. She prayed, God, if there's any way, if this is the right opportunity, let me get into it. So she was going home from work. She started crying. Just the emotions piled on her, and she broke down just like any of us would. And someone happened to see her crying, and they asked her, is there anything they can do to help? And she's like, no, I don't have the funds for food and rent and utilities and this and that. And the person said, listen, I have it placed in my heart to help you. So the person goes over to her purse, reaches in, doesn't even look, just reaches into her purse, pulls out cash, hands it to Tiffany. Tiffany can't believe it. Oh, I'll pay you. No, I can't take this. Take it and speak nothing of it. The person didn't even want it back. God had placed it in her heart to give it to her. So Tiffany opens her hand, counts the money. Guess how much was in there? $200. What she prayed for, what she needed to join Viral Success Network. So she hightailed on the bus, taxi, whatever she did to come home, and she joined Viral Success Network under me. And in a few days, it's been about a week or so. So anyway, if you join Viral Success Network, and I'm kind of going all over the place because there's so much to this story, and I'm trying to condense it as much as I can. So as you join Viral Success Network at $200, you'll be given 125 free clicks. 125 free potential prospects. So Tiffany got that. She didn't pay anything extra. And she got, from those 125 clicks, she got 62 leads. And from those 62 leads, she's got several unpaid members in her Empower Network business. And she has one paid member, her first paid member ever. And she got it because of Viral Success Network. And as a result now, her whole attitude, her whole aptitude has changed. She is the most optimistic, positive. She has become a leader just by having a little taste of success. And her faith in God is so strong. She knows this is where she's supposed to be. She knows she was supposed to get connected with Viral Success Network. She knows she was supposed to get connected through all this, through me. And again, I don't take any credit. I happen to be put by God in the right place at the right time. I don't take any credit for any of this. I just want to share this story. So 62 leads, one sale, and she also got her first Viral Success Network sale. She's made more money in this in a couple days than she does in her job all day long. That's how awesome this truly is. And the whole time I've been talking to her, her faith in God is so strong. She always gives glory to Him, which just, that encourages me more. And it takes me to Philippians 1:6. Being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. This is a real person. She's on my team. Her name is Tiffany Ann Singleton Mitchell. If you don't know her, look her up on Facebook. She's in 429 groups. She has now, because of her success, she's got, her inbox is flooded. She's got people asking her to be her friend, asking her what is she doing. We're creating leaders. We're creating momentum. We're changing lives. I want to give a special thanks, a shout out to Desmond and Jermaine, Desmond Smith, Jermaine Steele, and my sponsor, Angie Long. You guys are incredible. You guys are making things happen. You guys are moving mountains, and you are putting down the foundation for me, for Tiffany, and for thousands of others to get success online. Folks, if this story does not touch you, I don't know what will. Look down below, join us, connect with me on Facebook, connect with Tiffany on Facebook. Let's get this moving. I hope you have a very blessed day. I hope this story has touched you, moved you, has gotten you to get up off your rear and make things happen. You will not be able to do the things you want to do unless you take massive action. There is no change if there is no change. The definition of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting different results. I can throw 101 cliches out there. Make it happen. The life that you want wants you, and I'll talk to you soon.